The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative. It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
That's the president making that announcement. The mind boggles as to what the reaction's going to be. You spoke about the reaction from the locals, the Palestinian people who see themselves as having a sovereign right to that part of the Middle East, Gaza and the West Bank at the least. Then you flow on not just that sovereign claim from those individuals and the Palestinian people, but the reaction of the United Nations. We know that there has been a strong support for a Palestinian state at the United Nations, so the flow-on effect, the international reverberations of this. Our own government would be scrambling now to work out what do we do, how do we respond to this quite amazing development with the US saying they're going to take over. Would there be a pathway to sovereignty? Or is this a permanent takeover?
And they're all really, really good questions to which I'm sure at this stage Donald Trump does not actually have any answers. Now, there may be some real positives that come out of this, and you're quite right. I think the Prime Minister is going to be on his feet in an hour. He'd better have an answer, at least an interim answer, to how the Australians feel about this. We've always talked about a two-state solution. Nobody in that part of the world, by the way, actually believes in a two-state solution anymore. What Netanyahu wants is to clear the Gaza Strip. He said that the first item before getting the hostage back is to destroy Hamas. Hamas is not destroyed. So in order to occupy, for the United States to occupy that part of the world, they have to destroy Hamas. They have got to get every single one of those fighters out of there before they can begin rebuilding.
But this is not just occupy, this is own it.
This is owning it. So like
operate it.
You're going to own all the problems that come with it. It is an enormous task for any single government. Look, again.
And what a target every US individual and force that goes to Gaza, what a target
they are for everyone who's got a grievance. Everyone who lost somebody in that strip may well become terrorists in that strip. So look, the only one thing I can equate it to is I met former members of the Palestinian police force. The Palestinian police force was run by the British up until the end of 1948. Right? The two men that I met in a nursing home in Canberra hated the Jewish state, hated the Jewish Prime Minister because their colleagues had been murdered by them. The bombing of the King David Hotel, they were Jewish terrorists. Completely different circumstances, but that was the last time a power tried to occupy that part of the world, right? You don't think that might be a template for what the future holds?
And you can hear the critique already. You know, as I said, the mind boggles as to what the international reaction will be at the United Nations and elsewhere. But we know Donald Trump has expressed admiration for strongman leaders around the world. There will be comparisons made here that the United States is going in, taking control over a group of people who claim a sovereign right to that part of the world, just like Putin did in Ukraine. And that will be the parallel that's made.
How long before the word colonialism rings out loud and clear around the world, because that's precisely what it will look like. And look, with some of the things that Donald Trump's done, I think that it's extraordinary and that it is in some ways very positive that he's shaking up the world order, a world order that's not working for a great many people, so he'll be cheered on at home. But one of the things I didn't think that he wanted was international adventures, and particularly in the Middle East. And again, you tell me a power that's gone into the Middle East where this has ended well.
I can't. No, I can't.
Well, this may be the one that the deal to end all deals. I know that Donald Trump in the past has said that this is a big real estate development. They're on the coast. They should be doing better than they are. Look, and of course, that part of the world should be doing better than it is.
Absolutely.
But it also needs, if he's going to make this work, he needs buy-in from Egypt, he needs buy-in from Saudi Arabia, and they need to be on the ground in Gaza as well. But they will well understand that the radical elements in that community will want to make a demonstration of this. And you know what they want? They want dead American soldiers. That's the sort of thing that they will want to see coming out of Gaza, is all of those militants will want to see a body count in the United States that begins to become untenable inside the United States. Don't forget, Donald Trump's big pitch to his electorate is not going to get involved in any more overseas wars,
and just finally,
more adventures.
Before I want to turn our attention to the local reaction to the ramifications of all of this, because you spoke about they will want to see dead American soldiers. But what about the flow-on effect internationally from this announcement as a broader issue or recruitment tool for extremists?
Well, the thing is that Donald Trump is only interested pretty much in the United States, but then again, obviously, this is the first press conference he's had. He's had it with Netanyahu. He's making a big statement here. It's about the United States is backing Israel, and not just Israel, but Benjamin Netanyahu's Israel to the hilt. Netanyahu has pointed out the fact that there has to be a reckoning about what happened in October last year, and absolutely, it's the year before last now, isn't it? Anyway, it's a long time ago. But
I see a long-term ownership of Gaza. It's just amazing.
No, it's impossible to get your head around. Look, and you would hope that there may be positives that flow from it, but if you were trying to work out the logistics of this and you were in the American Defence Force and the American Foreign Service at the moment, you'd think, I can see all of the problems.